Welcome back to Radio Channel 1471. I'm your host, Sterling Selenite, your listener, and this is the podcast. This is podcast episode number 23. 23, that's right. Oh man. Let me tell you this, actually, this was going to be a warm-up intro. Turns out it's not a warm-up intro, and I'm getting right into it. Oh man. This is what happens when you let me get into caffeine. I went back to caffeine. I decided, hey, remember last episode when I said, today's drink is going to be an iced coffee? Well, guess what? I decided, you know what? It's not fair to Lansner that I didn't properly give an iced coffee an actual proper review. You know how Review Bra, he does energy drink reviews. And he goes, this is... No, what does he say? Oh, what is his intro? I don't know. But whenever he reviews any drink that isn't an energy drink, he goes, this is running on empty. And then he just leaves a blank space, I think. It's been a long time since I've watched his videos. I wonder how he's doing. Let's check up on him, actually, since I have the power to do that. Review Bra. Review Bra. Review Bra. Why did he get that name again? 2.31 million. I remember when he was on 200K. Man. Holy moly. That is insane. Well, I'm happy that he's out. Actually, I just realized that my headphone input volume is too high. 100, no. 80. There we go. That's better. I was wondering why my voice sounded extra loud. Now it feels weird, actually. I wonder... Let's see here. What was that? 2.31 million. Yes, actually, I'm going to turn that back up. It's a lot more helpful to be able to hear my voice in its full glory. Full glory. Why does that sound familiar? Reminds me of, what's the... No, it doesn't. What was I doing? Going to Review Bra? Anything else? Oh, yes, iced coffee. So... instead of making an iced coffee, because I can't really make great iced coffees, I decided, well, you know what I do know how to make, and I've been making since I was a little young lad, or lassie, little laddie. Frappuccinos. I actually looked it up. Apparently, Frappuccino is a Starbucks original. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a coffee drink that's existed for a long time, but apparently not. Unless Google's lying. Google, are you lying? Frappuccino is a trademark brand of the Starbucks Corporation for a line of iced blended coffee drinks. It consists of coffee or creme base blended with ice and other various ingredients like flavored syrups, usually topped with whipped cream and or spices. Frappuccinos are also sold as bottled coffee beverages in grocery stores, convenience stores, and from vending machines. History. Frappuccino is a portmanteau of frappe, the New England name from the French lot frappe? No. Lot frappe? Maybe I'm overthinking this. Light frappe, a milkshake with ice cream, and cappuccino, an espresso coffee with frothed milk. The word was coined and trademarked in Boston, Massachusetts. Okay, whoa. Massachusetts. In the Boston area, a frappe, pronounced frap and spelled with the accent, or really? It's just pronounced frap? I guess that makes sense, is a thick milkshake with ice cream derived from the French word frappe. The original Frappuccino drink was developed, named, trademarked, and sold by George Howells, Eastern Massachusetts. Oh my... Massachusetts coffee shop chain. Oh man, that's just throwing me off. The coffee connection... I'm surprised they didn't say concoction, and created by the... Okay, you know, I'm going on and on about this Wikipedia article. Anyways, I made a Frappuccino, How did I make it? Oh my gosh, there is a puddle of water on my coaster. And I do not have a napkin with me. Well, let's not worry about that. Ah, ooh, boy. How did I make it? Well, I was kind of just eyeball. Okay, you know how with the iced coffee, I made too much coffee, so I had to use a butt ton of ice? Well, that kind of happened again. I used like 2 cups of coffee and I put it in there, and I used like 2 full trays of ice and more, 2.5 trays of ice. 2.5 trays of ice, 2 cups of coffee, and maybe a cup of. I used the rest of that chocolate milk that I was talking about in the last episode and the episode before? Question mark. Originally, I was going to save that for a London fog. I was going to try to see if I could make the cream part of the London fog with a chocolate milk instead of regular milk. But I decided, since it was getting closer to the expiration date of the chocolate milk, I might as well mix it up with frappuccino and use the chocolate milk instead of regular milk. Okay, so what else did I throw in there? Oh, I also used a tiny bit of gelato. Chocolate gelato. Give me a second. Woo! Ah. Drink more. To think I still got more coffee downstairs. Ice, milk, coffee. Okay, interesting thing about the coffee that I used. Instead of using the Houston Blend HB coffee, because that's pretty much mostly what I have, and I just kind of want to get rid of that because I don't like the taste of it. I used the coffee beans that I got from Estes Park when we went there. Was it in December? I don't remember. Yes, it was. I think. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. It was in December. Well, let me tell you, it really did remind me of the mountains. It reminded me of camping. Whenever I was a young laddie, and I would. Oh, I'm not going to continue with that accent. When I was a, whoa, jeez, okay. Whenever I was a young lad, and we would always go camping, we would always make coffee. That was always a staple of camping. I would always be the one making the coffee, or I would be the one drinking the coffee. Or both. Wow. Hmm. So it really did remind me of old camping memories and of the mountains. It reminded me of the mountains. It smelt chocolatey. I don't remember it smelling as chocolatey as whenever we made it in the mountains, or not in the mountains. We were in a hotel, of course. We're not gonna. Well, have we? Have I camped in the mountains? I think so. Yeah, I've camped in the mountains. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I've gone camping. Maybe has it? What day is it? March 17th. Is there St. Patrick? When is St. Patrick's Day? St. Patrick's Day. 2021. St. Patrick's Day. Oh, today is St. Patrick's Day. I did not know that. And I am definitely not wearing green. So I guess, well, too bad. I'm home alone. Ooh. Let me tell you, this morning when I got up, went to the door, home alone, and I look at the door. The key was in the door, which typically I do not leave the keys in the door. And I tend to make sure that I don't. The key was in the door, the bottom doorknob wasn't locked, and neither was the door lock itself. Crazy, right? I typically am very, very good about locking the door. And apparently I did not, and I left the keys in the door. which is something I make sure not to do and I tend to not do. So either I just forgot, or somebody's in the house right now and I don't know. Or they came into the house, didn't take anything, didn't do anything, and left. Or nobody did at all, and I just left it unlocked. Or it was due to a zombie apocalypse. If you can't tell who I was trying to mimic there, I was trying to mimic Ryan Bagara from the BuzzFeed Unsolved. One of the funniest and most memorized bits from the BuzzFeed Unsolved clips that I marathoned was the lost city of Roanoke. I don't even remember what he said, but it was basically like, the zombie apocalypse, blah blah blah, might be the cause for the Roanoke colony disappearance. Something like that. Number 15. Did I ever finish talking about the frappuccino? I feel like I'm forgetting something about that. Coffee. Mountains. Coffee mountains. Coffee mountains. It smelt like chocolate. What else was there? I feel like... Oh! Cheesecake! So, I made the frappuccino because I thought it would pair decently with the no-bake raspberry cheesecake that I made. I probably have the video of me making it, quotation mark, in the background. The story behind... Let me tell you, there's a whole story behind that, but I just realized I didn't tell you what's going to be in today's episode. Today's episode, I got my notebook journal here. I didn't write anything new because I felt like there was a lot of stuff I didn't talk about in the last thing. Today we're going to be talking about the keyboard/type test topic, Fallout New Vegas, Destiny, and the Marital Tilde cassette update. Anything else? Flip notes. Do I talk about flip notes? I kind of don't want to talk about flip notes. I'm not going to talk about flip notes. No, we're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about flip notes. No. Oh, this coffee. A frappuccino. Because it's pretty much at this point barely coffee because it's mostly everything else inside of it. I need the restroom. I'll be back. Hi there. I'm back. Oh, water. Okay, there we go. Sorry if that sounded disgusting. Every now and then I do forget that caffeine is technically a drug. And it kind of worries me. It worries me a tiny bit because I went to go to the restroom and let me tell you, I was like, oh, I could not stop making funny faces. I was like, is caffeine a drug? Anyways, what was I talking about? I was talking about what we're going to be discussing in today's episode. We're going to be discussing all those things that I mentioned. And are we going to discuss a little bit of ham radio? Before we get into any of the other topics, I guess we should finish up with the cheesecake and coffee, or not really coffee, but frappuccino discussion. So the frappuccino tastes pretty good, tastes chocolatey. The milk, you can taste it. The cheesecake was pretty good. I do think that... Okay, so what happened with the footage first, let's talk about that. You might notice that the footage isn't... It kind of goes from... you know how in SpongeBob there was this one little thing where he, does a circle and then he comes out with, this crazy looking face? it's kind of like that with the footage because it goes from making the raspberry puree to pretty much the cake almost being done, and then it's done. And it's like, what? How does that work? What did you do? Did you skip steps? What happened? So what happened was, when I was recording the footage, because I didn't switch out the SD cards, which I should have done, because the SD card I have for the Zoom H8 is way bigger than the one I have for the camera. So, what happened was, while I was recording all the footage for the cheesecake, it would split up the videos into different videos, and it got full pretty quick. So I had to delete some video footage so that I could make space for the rest of the footage. Now, I was looking through the footage real quick, and I was like, okay, I'll get rid of this, I'll get rid of this looks boring, I'll get rid of this. Turns out, I ended up deleting most of the good footage, and not the bad footage. So that kind of stunk. I even made a drink that wasn't the frappuccino that I was going to make the main drink of the thing. I'm kind of glad that I deleted the footage of that, because in the end the drink wasn't all too interesting, and the frappuccino came out to be really good. So I actually made the cake a couple days ago. I've only had 2 pieces, and there's nobody else here to eat it, so I might have to eat a whole cheesecake. So the drink that I made was it was just milk and the leftovers from the raspberry puree. It wasn't the actual puree itself. It was the seeds and stuff. And I was like, okay, I don't want to just throw this away, so I'll put it in the drink. So I just got a glass of milk. It was a pretty neat looking glass, and I put the milk in there. And, well, actually, no, I put the raspberry seeds and stuff in there first. Can you eat raspberry seeds? I should have looked that up. Let's look up. Should you eat raspberry seeds? The seeds in tomatoes, zucchini, cucumber, strawberries, and raspberries, as well as poppy seeds, should not cause any problems. If you do not have, I have no idea how you say that word. Diverticulosis, but simply want a healthier, high-fiber diet, there should be no problem with eating any of these seeds. Actually, now that I think about it, I feel like I remember a thing that I saw once. It was like a raspberry seed salad? Raspberry salad? Let's look that up. Raspberry seed salad. Is that a thing? Raspberry poppy seed dressing, raspberry poppy seed salad, raspberry spinach salad with caramelized blah blah. So yeah, it was decent. You kind of had to shake it around whenever you would want to drink it, though, because it would kind of just all sink to the bottom. So when it came to the cheesecake itself, a lot of the footage I deleted was the footage of me mixing up the cream cheese and the whipped cream and blah 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 and the gelatin and stuff like that. So that's pretty much all you're missing. What else was there to the cheesecake? There was. Oh, yes, the base. Okay, so what happened was, I was watching it because I saw it on how do you say their name? Hatamugi, right? I said that pretty quick. I'm not sure if that really came through with the audio. Hatamugi. Hatamugi? Hatamagi? Hatamugi? How do you say that? Let's see if I can find their channel. Oh, that's definitely not the person. Who was it? Hadamari? No. Am I not subscribed to their channel? Hadamari? Hadamari cheesecake? Nope, not Hadamari. Who was it? Liked videos? Not on this one. Okay. Come on. To think. I've watched... Okay. Is it right here? Hidamari? Hadamari? Hidamari? I don't. Okay, not Hatamugi. Hidamari Cooking. Hidamari Cooking. I saw a video on their YouTube channel. It was a no bake raspberry cheesecake, eggless recipe, I believe it was called. And it looked pretty easy and it looked pretty interesting, so I made that. Thank you, Hadamari Cooking, for the idea. I was originally going to make it an ASMR video, but the audio didn't come out too well and there were some problems with recording, so I was just like, yeah. What else was I going to talk about with the cheese? Okay, so since I was watching Hadamari Cooking's video for the cheesecake, I was following their recipe to the T. Turns out I did not have the same baking pan, like cake pan thing. So I ended up having to double the recipe after already making the Oreo cookie base. So the Oreo cookie base was and is much smaller than it should have been, but I think it turned out fine in the end, although there isn't a whole lot of crust to the cheesecake. So that was interesting. Ugh. Let me tell you, whenever caffeine starts to wear off, I don't know how though. Supposedly, fun fact, caffeine is supposed to last around 8 hours post drinking of the caffeine or taking in the caffeine. So I do find it weird whenever I feel like I'm starting to crash from the caffeine not even 20 minutes after drinking it. So maybe it's because I don't take it all in one take. Yeah. What else? Is that it for the cheesecake and... Sorry if the frappuccino makes my voice sound a lot more saliva-y. I'm sorry for that. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell every now and then, but at the same time, whenever I'm editing the audio and I just hear a whole lot of... It's like, ew. I wouldn't want to listen to that when I'm listening to a podcast. Okay, so I think that's it for the frappuccino and the cheesecake. I'm not really too sure. Okay, let me state this first. I was going to try to find a music pairing from the cassettes that I have, or CDs, and I felt like, because I do have the Marino Tilde Now That I Have You Now cassette, that is the cassette update for the Marino Tilde cassette. I finally got it a while ago. Sure, it was like 13 days late. And it was actually quite funny because I tweeted on Twitter that I felt like the cassette was lost in post, and then the next day I got it. So that was interesting. So I got the cassette. I'm not too sure it really fits in the whole vibe of the cheesecake and the frappuccino. Although I think the frappuccino might pair... No, I don't think it pairs... No. So I'm not pairing that with the frappuccino and cheesecake today, which is a little sad because I did originally want to make a podcast episode featuring the Marino Tilde Now That I Have You a long time ago, but then ever since it came late, I've kind of been like finding other things to make as the main topics, and you know what I mean? You know what I didn't do today? I didn't eat breakfast, unless you count the cheesecake and frappuccino as breakfast. So, ugh, and they always say you shouldn't drink caffeine on an empty stomach. And they also say you shouldn't drink coffee for breakfast because apparently that makes your sugar blood levels spike or something. Or glucose spike or something. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched that video by James Howard, the weird coffee guy on YouTube. it was an interesting watch, but at the same time, I feel like his videos are a little meh. You know what I mean? I feel like he thinks he's like the top dog. Which, I mean, I guess there's some method to his madness. Ooh. Because most of his life is basically about coffee. So I guess he's like he's the Gordon Ramsay of coffee. I think. I haven't seen anyone else more devoted to coffee than him. Uh if I had to come up with another music pairing from the stuff I haven't paired yet, uh, none of these. I don't think I have anything at the moment that would pair well with this. Maybe Neon Rain, but I already did Neon Rain, so yeah. Give me a quick second. I almost said, welcome back to Radio Channel 1471. I'm your host, Sterling, your listener, and this is the podcast. But then I had to stop myself and think, whoa, 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 what are you doing? This is the middle of the podcast. You can't say, welcome back to Radio Channel 1471. I'm your host, Sterling Selena, and this is the podcast because you already said that 2 times already. Wow. And now the 3rd time. That's crazy. Anyways, I'm back. So the caffeine's definitely wearing off, and I'm starting to get more into my serious mode. Jokes, you can still stay. I know. Let me tell you, that's a funny bit. I like jokes. I like the idea of there being an invisible hand named Jokes who just kind of floats around and goes, make jokes. Something like that, or just kind of imbues me. Imbue? Yeah, that kind of sounds weird. Imbue. Imbue. That's imbue. That's a imbue. Yes, okay. Imbues me with the power to. It still sounds weird. Imbues me with the power to make comedy, to make jokes. Ha ha ha. So I remembered something about the frappuccino. I originally intended to put Oreos in it because I had an excess amount of extra Oreos from the cheesecake. And I'm not exactly somebody who goes to town on Oreo. Well, okay, that's not true. Every now and then, if I eat one Oreo, I'll like get the urge to eat more. But typically I don't really go, hey, you know what I really want right now? I want an Oreo. So I was like, well, what if I put in the Frappuccino? Wouldn't that be good? That's a thing, right? And it is. And then I was all like, well, you know what? I don't think I need Oreos, because oddly enough, it looks like I put Oreos in here even though I didn't. My voice kind of cracked there. I went, hmm. Oh, there was something I was going to talk about that I didn't mention on the intro. What was it? What was it that I was going to mention? What was it? What was it that I was going to mention? What was it? I don't know who I was impersonating there. It sounds familiar. What was it? Seriously though, what was it that I was going to mention? There was something I wanted to bring up on the podcast, but I don't remember what it was. I should probably turn off this light. Hopefully that wasn't making any background noise. What was it? Did I just discuss it? Was the Oreo thing the thing I wanted to mention that wasn't on the podcast? I think it might have been the thing that I wanted to mention that wasn't on the podcast. Okay, so I guess we could get into one of the other topics. So Fallout New Vegas. So what? So Fallout New Vegas, last time I updated you, I don't remember what I told you last time. So I haven't been playing it a whole lot. The last time I played it, a couple times actually, I did the quest where you help a bunch of ghouls, ghoul boys, and girls, ghouls and ghouls. You help them get on rockets and go somewhere. It's never really explained where they go. You just kind of help them board some rockets and you help them launch it. So I don't know, it's interesting. So I did that. It was pretty interesting. Uh After that, I went to Helios 1 question mark. Yeah, I think so. It's a power plant. And I decided to okay. So originally my whole plan was to get the Archimedes 2 up and running so that I could use the Euclid C Finder because I thought, oh, this is going to be a fun gimmicky weapon to use. And I was all like, oh, but for this playthrough, I want to be with the followers of Apocalypse because they look pretty neat. So I was like, okay, what do I do? Do I divert the power to the whole grid or do I send it to Archimedes 2? And I said, well, if I want to be the true cool person with the followers of the Apocalypse, I might as well divert it to the grid because that's what the guy asked for. Turns out, even if you send the power to the Archimedes 2, you still gain good karma with the followers of the Apocalypse, I think. Boy, I wish I knew that before I made my decision. So other than that, I haven't really done much in Fallout New Vegas. I guess that's the only real update I had for that. Yeah. Since we're on the topic of video games, might as well talk about the Destiny 2 stuff that was going on not too long ago. So, in one of the recent TWABs this week at Bungie, or was it a state of the game update? I don't remember which one. I guess I'll just blabber on about all the things that I remember. So, Vault of Glass, that's coming this year. The Witch Queen DLC is being pushed back to 2022, I believe. Transmogrification, I believe that's what that was called, right? Where you can make any piece of armor into a universal ornament. I believe they said that was coming soon. They, I think, released the armor designs for this year's Festival of the Lost, I believe. I haven't seen them. I just know there's something about a dinosaur. I think I saw a small glimpse of that armor actually. And then they also canceled trials for like 2 weekends in a row, I think. There was something going on where a bunch of people were putting on emblems and going into trials and giving people wins or something like that. I don't really play trials because I don't have a team. I don't have anyone to play trials with. And also, I'm not really that great at Crucible. More of a PvP, not PvP, more of a PvE solo player. Which means I also don't really do raids. Even though I really want Eyes of Tomorrow, and I think not Scorch of the Past, what is it called? I think what was the newest raid that came out? What was that? I was about to say Brotherhood of Steel. No. What was it? What is it called? Something. Not Black Armory. What is it? Is that Nagi's Burden? That's a weapon. What is the newest raid called? Deepstone Crypt. There we go. I think the armor and the weapons from Deepstone Crypt is really cool. I think it's all really cool looking. 12-man raids. 12-man strikes, I think you can do. It's insane. No? Yes? Can you take 12 people into a Nightfall? I'm not sure. Anyways, some people have found a way to get 12 people into a raid, and I think the Passage, is that what that quest is called? The weird mission for the Presage. The Presage mission you can get 12 people into. I think that's really cool looking. I might have to try that. Not sure if they're gonna fix that anytime soon though. Anyways, you can get like 12 people into a raid and it looks really fun. It looks really cool. It's like Mayhem Raid. You know what? If you know what that means. You know how Mayhem and Crucible's a thing? It's like that, but in the raid, kinda, not really. Uh, Trials, apparently they're gonna work on trying to fix 3 peeking, which is where you either emote or put on a sword to look around corners. Basically go into a third person view and look around corners. What? Okay. From an outsider's perspective on Trials, I think I think that kind of sounds silly, but I understand it at some level. Like, I wouldn't complain about that. I don't think I would, but I don't play Trials, so it's like no, that laugh sounded fake. And it kind of was, but I'm just kind of getting tired because of the caffeine wearing off. I don't know. How effective could 3 peeking really be? I mean, I don't think I would need it. I don't think it doesn't seem that effective to me, but once again, I guess I haven't really seen it in action all too well, all too much. So, I don't know. What else is there going on in Destiny? Destiny 2, the first Grandmaster Nightfall of this season, came out this Tuesday, this past Tuesday, which was yesterday actually. And it's the Devil's Lair. Devil's Lair. I'll be honest, I do kind of like that they're bringing back old strikes, but at the same time, I'm not, because it's old content that I've played before, you know? And also, let me tell you, I miss Siva. I miss Siva. I'm sad that Siva's gone. Siva was the coolest enemy faction I've ever seen. Yet it's gone. It's gone. I wish they brought it back. I really do. They keep on teasing it in the Eververse stores, and I'm all like, come on. Stop teasing me. Bring Siva back, please. The Warmind season... Warmind season? I don't think it was called Warmind. It was called... What was it? I don't know. Anyways, the season where it's focused around the Warminds and even the Warmind DLC, I thought those were the coolest things because they were the closest things to Siva that I've had in a while. Is there anything else going on in Destiny? Destiny. I don't think so. Oh, okay. Something I never thought I would see in Destiny. They added weekly quests, or not quests, but like weekly challenges to Destiny. Which, I don't know how to feel about that. It's kind of fun, it gives me something to do, but at the same time, it kind of reminds me of how a lot of the other games with season passes also have that. Like Fortnite reminds me of Fortnite, which is silly to say, I know, but I mean, like, come on. Is it cheap? I don't know. It's more bounty grinding, kinda, which I enjoy, but at the same time, once again, it's not very exciting. I want new content. They took away a lot of content and they're bringing back a lot of old content, so it's a little disappointing. Okay, so Nightfalls, Grandmaster Nightfalls, actually reward Adept Nightfall specific weapons, which is interesting. I never thought they would do that, but it sounds fun. Something also cool that I discovered only this season was that there's now matchmaking for Nightfalls. I never knew that. I don't know how long that's been around, but it's really cool as a solo player because that means I can do them now. I can do Nightfalls now. Easily. Kind of wish there was matchmaking for the 1300 light level Nightfall, but Is that it for Destiny? I'm assuming there's more that I'm forgetting, but I think that's it for now. Also, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And I went to Bungie.net and I looked for some things on Destiny. They nerfed. Did they nerf? Or are they planning to nerf Stasis? I don't remember if they've already done it or not. Anyway, Stasis is getting nerfed. Wow, another nerf to Stasis. Surprising. Wow. The Titan exotic Falling Star? I believe it's called the chess piece that makes it to where your Thunderstrike, I don't play Titan, becomes like a nuke. So it's crazy the DPS you can do with the Falling Star. Should I look that up? Falling Star, is that really what it's called? Falling Star Exotic. Falling Star Exotic. Caress of the Falling Star. That exotic chess piece can make it to where it's broken. It's broken, in my opinion. I think it's a little unfair. Because you could be in Gambit, you could be a warlock with your Well of Radiance and your best TPS weapons, but the enemy team could have like just a couple Titans using the Falling Star and pretty much instantly melt the Primeval. Uh, it's insane. The amount of damage you can do with that exotic. Oof. They didn't nerf it. They didn't mention anything about it, but I think they should nerf it. As a warlock player, you know. Let me tell you, I haven't gotten any of the new exotic armor pieces since since Beyond Light came out. The ones that are tied to the legendary lost sectors. As a solo player, they're pretty hard. Also, it's inconvenient having to wait for a reset where the lost sector is for the armor piece that you want, and it's on the 1300 level one. So there's that. What else should we mention? I think that's it for Destiny. I think that's it for Destiny. I've been talking about Destiny for a little longer than I should have. I don't want to alienate any of my audience because most of y'all probably don't play Destiny. In fact, most of the people I know don't play Destiny. So there's that. What else did I mention that we would talk about? We talked about Fallout New Vegas, Destiny, the other stuff, cake, frappuccino. Should I look at the notebook? Is there something I'm forgetting? Twitter? Is there anything on Twitter that I bookmarked? Marino Tilde is streaming now. Marino Tilde is a VTuber. So that's interesting. They're streaming on Twitch at... Let's see. Their Twitch handle is Twitch TV Marino Tilde. Or no, that's not what they're called. They're called Marino Tilde on Twitch. It's just spelt normally. M is capital, N is capital. Iminin. What else did I bookmark? Fuzznet World, the musicians that are signed up with the what is it called? Fuzznet Music? Is that what it's called? Yeah. All the musicians who are signed up with Fuzznet Music, or not all of them, I don't think. Basically, Finn the raccoon, or Trash Panda, as known on Twitter, tweeted out that the musicians for Fuzznet... Oh, man, I feel like I'm... Oh... Okay, now is when I feel the... I feel the effects of the caffeine wearing off now. Ugh. So the musicians who signed up with Fuzznet Music are now able to turn a profit. This is the first time, supposedly, that they're actually being able to get paid. So that's interesting. He tweeted that on March 11th. Wait, no, he didn't. That's a different tweet. When did they tweet that? I don't remember when they tweeted out about that. So that's interesting. I can't find it. What else is there on the Twitter side of things? Twitter. Bookmarks. Nothing there. Nothing new here. Ooh, my stomach is starting to feel a little wonky. ASMR Zeitgeist reached 2 million subscribers? Question mark. Is that true? Sorry for all the clicking. Yes, he did. He reached 2 million subs. Oh, man. Oh, it really feels weird. It feels weird when you know the caffeine's wearing off, and it's like, ooh, 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 ooh. No human hands. Another furry ASMR artist. I believe on Twitter he's making a fursuit question mark. I mean, he already has a head, but I think he's doing some redesigning and stuff like that. Maybe. I'm not too sure. It's still. It just feels so weird having the caffeine like leave my body. It's like a spirit inhabited my body, and now it's leaving. And I'm cursed. I'm a husk. And I drank all of the frappuccino. I guess I should. You know what I should do? I should drink water because have I had water today? I'm not too sure. Ugh. Ugh. I'm like a completely different person now. It's so strange. Ugh. What am I supposed to do? The caffeine's worn off. No. Whoa. Whoa. Ugh. Ugh. I'm back. Now that I'm a little more mellowed down and the caffeine has kind of worn off, I guess I can get into the less comedic topics, jokes. I know I haven't really mentioned you a whole lot this episode. Should I stop with the jokes bit? Is that not a funny bit? I think it's funny. I enjoy it. Anyways, jokes. I can't do the same joke 2 times in a row. Might as well talk about last episode, touch up on some of the things I mentioned in that. I do feel as if I was a bit lazy in that episode. I feel like I was too quick to act, but not quick enough at the same time. So I'm in a weird half and half spot with that episode. I didn't want to post it to YouTube because I did feel half and half on it. I don't know. It's something I don't typically do. I'm not really used to it. You know what I mean? It kind of felt more like a vent, but at the same time, eh. I think I was a little lazy with the paraphrasing, and I should have probably done more set in stone quotes. But I guess it does kind of help keep with the anonymity of some of the characters, I guess you could say. But does it really matter? You know what I mean? I do think I made the situation with Oka's Discord sound a little worse than it was. It really wasn't all too bad. It was just kind of an awkward situation, kind of. Me and Oka are still in good terms. I do, just so y'all know, I wasn't saying beware of Oka. That wasn't the message. I wasn't trying to say anything bad about Oka. Or, you know what I mean. I wasn't trying to say, like, beware, artist beware. That's not what I was trying to do. It was just a commentary on it. we talked behind the scenes, got some things straight, fought each other. I'm joking, we didn't fight. No, we just kind of talked about it. I do have permission to go back to the server, but I don't think I will still. Although, I don't know. Is that the right choice to make? Should I go back purely to look at the quotes and get the hard evidence? Or should I go back just because no hard feelings, you know? Oka did mention, I know I've been mentioning Oka a lot recently, but trust me, it'll pass. What was I saying? Oh yeah, she mentioned how she did write a whole response to the episode, but she felt it wasn't, or she said she didn't know if it was the right thing to do to send a response. So that was interesting. She said she felt it was better to show in actions her improvements than to just say the improvements she's going to make, which is admirable. That is the right thing to do, and I do think that's the right thing to do. Right? Right? I think so. I do hope the server is still doing well. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. I do think I was trying a little harder than I should have to defend the younger character. I think it was a little selfish, inconsiderate. No, what's the word? Insensitive of me to try to mostly defend the younger character. In a sense, I did see it from both sides, but at the same time, I was a little biased for the youngest character, or younger character. Not for their actions, but for what they said when they left the server. I do think I didn't touch up enough on the bad things that the younger character said. I think that was a little insensitive of me to do. What else was there that I wanted to mention about that? Anyways, I think there's no hard feelings. I think everything's good, I think. Yeah? Yeah. I do find it weird how many views last episode got. That was kind of strange. It made me feel weird because I was kind of hoping people wouldn't really watch it, because I was all like, "Oh, nobody listened to this. It's not good." I didn't like it. It just made me feel weird. I mean, I don't know. I think there are some good things I said in that episode, but it just makes me feel awkward. I don't know. I know. Yes, I do know. It makes me feel a little awkward to listen to it, but at the same time, once again, there is some good stuff I say in that episode. Did I mention how I think I threw around the word ignorant a little much? I don't think ignorant was the right word to use in some of the times that I mentioned it. And I do think I kind of threw it around a little more than I should have. So there was that. I do find it, whenever I listened to it when I was editing the video version, fun fact, there's a typo in one of the subtitles that I put in the background of that video. I think I said give instead of given. Whenever I was listening to it, I did find it was strange because I would listen to it, and pretty early on was when I got into the meat of the podcast, I guess you could say. Because most of that podcast episode is just about the AG notes and the Oka part. And it's like, how did I talk for so long about that? And there's more I could have talked about, and that's so bizarre. It's so strange for how long and how quickly I got into those topics. And I was like, whoa, that's weird. I was all like, wow, you're getting to the deep stuff pretty quick, aren't you? You know, there was no like warning. It just kind of went straight into it. I mean, I guess I did say how it would be more insightful and less comedic. I did give that warning, but at the same time, I was making jokes, and then I kind of went from ha 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 jokes to, so this is what we're going to be talking about, and it's going to be blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah. And I was all like, wow, you kind of got into that quick. I don't know, because you're never supposed to like do that, because when you do that, it kind of makes it feel weird. You know how like some YouTubers, when they're making like apology videos, or there's this one guy, I was watching a video, I think he was talking about a beware of this person type of commentary thing. And at the end of his video, he like, okay, it went from like serious beware of blah blah blah, they do a lot of bad things, blah blah blah. And at the end of the video, he was all like, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I was all like, wow, AG might have been right. Because I don't know, it's a little weird going from the super serious thing to just, don't forget to like and subscribe, yada yada. It was strange. I was like, whoa. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting to mention something. Something funny in the subtitles in the background that I put for last episode was, I said, I'm Sterling and I speak for the seedlings. They ask that you take more responsibility in being a role model. And I don't know. My whole thought process behind that was the whole meme of like the Lorax speaking for the trees. And I was all like, oh, what if I say, I'm Sterling and I speak for the seedlings? I don't know, I thought that was funny. But at the same time, it was like, it's a joke, but it's not at the same time, and that's what's weird about it. Because something interesting with how, like, the Super Mega Cast, they'll be really funny, and then they'll be really unfunny. And it's like, wow, that wasn't funny at all. And then you'll go, ha 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 ha. And then you'll go, why are you talking about that? And then you'll start laughing. And you go, ha 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 ha. And then they'll just be like super unfunny for so long. And then they'll be really funny. And it's like, this is weird. It's a roller coaster of super funny and not funny at all. Then super funny. And it's like, wow, this is interesting. I still feel like there's something I'm forgetting about last episode. Okay, I remember. In the YouTube analytics, there's this thing that shows you where your views, or like the source of where your views for your YouTube videos are coming from. And something I found really interesting was that it mentioned how last episode Telegram was a very good source of those views. What? That was interesting, and that kind of worries me, because that means somebody's going, yo, 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 look at this episode. And that kind of concerns me, because it's like, oh no, what did I do? You know, I don't like the idea of being a little more. Did it count as drama? I hope not. Ew. I don't want there to be any drama. Because it's like there was nothing. Oh no, it's hard. It's hard to say. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do a video like that again. It just yeah yeah. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, I don't know. Am I being? I always fear being a hypocrite, but I don't know. I don't know. Bringing more attention to it makes it sound worse than it is. But I keep on talking about it. So it's weird, you know? I want to put it past me, but I keep on talking about it. So it's weird. But I don't know. I just know that if you don't like make sure like if you don't make sure that you explain something, it'll haunt you in the future because somebody will be all like, well, blah 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 said this, and they never provided context with the situation, and they never tried to fully understand blah blah blah, and you know, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Did it? I still feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? Is there something I? What am I for? Oh, did I already talk about the Mare Tilde cassette? I think I did. Yeah. Now that I have you, the Mare Tilde. Well, I guess I can't talk about it right now. This isn't about Mare Tilde's cassette. We're saving that. We're saving the conversation about that cassette for later. For later. I wonder. I still don't know what I'm gonna pair with that. I'm still not sure what drink I'm gonna pair with that. Oh, I just remembered I have coffee downstairs, just sitting on the counter. Whoops. I've been recording for like 2 hours, which is crazy. 2 hours? Almost three? Question mark. I've been sitting here for quite a while. Well, I've gone through the audio and I've edited all of it. I've been trying to do new styles to where the cuts I make sound more natural and less straight and quick and to the point. So I'm gonna see how that works out. Not too sure if I prefer it or not yet. So that's interesting. I originally did talk about Pocket Fox's server, but then I felt like, eh, eh, eh. You know, talking about Discord kind of gets old. Ooh. I still, I've said this a lot, but I still feel like I'm forgetting to say something. Anyways, I guess I'll end it here. Once again, I don't have any music for you to listen to, so sorry for that. I mean, you know what? How about this? I'll give you a little teaser of the Mare Tildes now that I have you now. And it's already in the cassette deck, so that's cool. What track should we listen to? Should we just start from the beginning? Or should we go to... let's do track number 1 on side B, which is called Break. Hope this isn't too loud. Oh yeah, I guess I have to... Wrong button. how well is that coming through the audio? I'm not too sure. I think it's coming through well. Is it coming from one speaker? Every now and then, my speakers kind of do this thing where they... Ooh! That's what I was worried about. Every now and then, the speakers will kind of... Only one side will play audio and the other won't. It's a little strange, but... This is break. I guess I'll stop talking and let you listen and outro, yada yada. Goodbye!